Hi everyone, I popped down to my local boot sale today and I found all those. Nothing extremely rare, but I thought, well, there's several lamps here which I can have a little chin wag about. First one was this high pressure sodium. It's made by a company called Venture. Oh, I've got to hold it over this way, haven't I, a bit. There's the actual writing on it. It doesn't say where the lamp's made. I would just assume they were made in America, but I don't know. If it was made in China, I think it would have to actually say on the lamp. But it's interesting because it's got inside, I'm hoping I'm showing it right, it's got a starter switch inside. You've got the normal arc tube there as well. So that was the first item. Through some of the other ones. It was interesting because the other lamps within the car auto type, headlamp bulbs and these ones, what was it? Headlamp bulb. Anyway, I'll do this one next. I'm sort of still learning how to I'm going to turn this round a bit. Perhaps that'll be better. I want to make sure when I'm talking about it I'm actually in view of the actual camera. Now there was two of those. They were by Iris, a French firm. A box of that one. I remember these when I had a Volkswagen car. They were quite popular. Then they changed them to the other quartz halogen type of lamp. But this the typical type of lamp that I had a Volkswagen variant, and that had these type of lamps in it. I missed that car. It was a few years ago now. And I got two of those. There's the other one's over here. Both the same, by a company called Iris, made in France. Now what is interesting is that, when I say it's interesting, it's made by a company called Splendor, which we've all heard of. It's a festoon type lamp which has never been used. It's never come out of the package. It's got on the side there, made in Holland. Well, Splendor is a branch of Philips. Now, I didn't realise, but look what it's got down there. Insular Electric Lamp Works Limited Hull. I thought these were made down near here at the factory at Merton, which is near Wimbledon, but obviously not. Well, this one certainly isn't. It was made in Holland. So I shall keep that as it is in the wrapper. There's a bit of history there. Now I understand these lamps came from a person that had been dead 10 years. Now I'm hoping he wasn't just discovered in a house and when he'd been dead 10 years. I think it would have been a bit unpleasant. But no, I think it was a house that they cleared, and the house belonged to a person who died 10 years ago. Anyhow, that's the Splendor. Let's have a look at some of these other ones. Now, I've shown this type before. I'll show them as the group. Now these, and show you the boxes they came in. I don't know if these are the correct boxes. These bulbs were actually in those boxes. There are 3 boxes. Now where's the other one? Oh, here it is. The 3 boxes. Philips, Sunshine and Osram. Let me see it on there. I think we can. Down a bit. And here's me showing the 3 lamps. Now they're not clearly marked. The only one that is clearly marked is the cadmium yellow. And these are known as a British pre-focus, and they would have been used on the old British cars going back a few years, perhaps more than a few years, but going back quite a while. Anyhow, this one, as I say, is cadmium yellow. It's a twin filament used for main drive and dipped, and by Philips. Slightly different shape, and the cap is slightly different arranged. It is the same type of cap, but it's obviously the other one that Philips uses. You've got the information on the top, which I'll have a look, see what it says. Philips Duplio, and it's made in Western Germany. Made in Western Germany, so your guess is as good as mine what factory it was actually made in. Needless to say, I know someone that would probably have a very good idea. Anyhow, leave that one. The next 2 are almost identical. I'm going to look at the name. It's got lamp number 414. And the other one, lamp number 414. So, once again, the British pre-focus type lamp for early cars. These are both main beam and dipped. In fact, that one we're looking at now looks to me like it's blackened a bit, which tells me air could have got in. I'm not going to light it up to prove it, but that's what it looks very much to me. The air's got in. The other one is sound. Doesn't look like any problems. The little shield that are on there is to provide an anti-dazzle effect. So when these were dipped, the beam would be pointed towards the ground, not up in the air, and to make sure you had a deflecting plate on it to ensure that it did in fact point down to the ground and not in the air. Now the interesting thing about these is this box. Now I've mentioned this name on numerous times, and it brings back memories to when I was a kid. If I went into a Woolworths store, this would be the make you would find, Sunshine. They were, I suppose, not the best quality. They call it a number 30 by the way. I don't know if this one had actually 30 on it. I'm trying to find which one could have been the one, but I don't know. Anyway, these were in a box that I picked up. So that's my sunshine, and it looks like the price then was, it looks like 5 shillings and 9p. That's if that is a price. That seems to be quite expensive. And that is the old money before we changed over to our new money. I remember it well. Anyhow, a few other lamps we got. Nothing to shout home about, as you would say, but they're fairly old. You've got the typical stop. No, this would have been used for a flasher indicator or as a brake light on a car. 12 volt, 21 watt, made in England, and that was in the box with Osram on it. And someone's written on the box, stop or flasher lamp. Well, that would be right. The lamp now, you can still get this style today, exactly the same. And we've got a few more of those without going through them all. This one's similar. This one shows the offset pin, 2 filaments, a brake lamp and a normal tail light lamp. When you put the brake on, the main filament comes on and the other filament remains on all the time. I think there's something written on the top, or is there? No, there's nothing on the top. No name round the side. It could have been made by anyone. And the box doesn't give you a clue either. So that's the stop and tail lamp. To ensure you put it in the right way round, the little pegs are offset, or that one's offset. Yeah, another brake light, exactly the same type of bulb. Once again, no name on the lamp, but on the box, name I've never come across, Tiger. Tiger lamps registered, British made. So, as I say, a name I haven't come across. Here we have a Unipart. They were the dealers who actually used their name. They were probably made by them. And as you can see, it's got roof festoon. This would have been for a car interior lighting. And it's a typical festoon type lamp. Is there anything on it, I wonder? Let's have a little look. I can use my magnifying glass. There's something on there. Let's see what it says. Unfortunately, I can't make out what it says. So that is a festoon lamp. Pop it back in its box. Some more auto bulbs. You've got one here, but another name which is new to me. It's 12 volt, 21 watt again to normal. Normal brake light lamp. Nothing on it. But there's the box, 12 volt, 21 watt. Regal. Another name to me. We've got one small lamp here which has got a support inside, the filament supported. Made by a company called Ring. As far as I know, they are still going. And on it also tells you the type of vehicles that it was used for. And that gives you an idea of the age. You've got Escort, Ford Escort, 1968. 67, 69 on Allegro. God, I remember having an Allegro, the worst car I ever had. Terrible car. And what they used to do on some of the models, the steering wheel was not completely round. It was in a sort of a squared effect. Although the one I had was a round steering wheel. Allegro, I think it was the Allegro. They were well known for oil leaking. Terrible car. And some of the other ones, console. But we're talking about that age, 60s, 70s. I suppose my Allegro was about... I hope I'm using the right one, but I had nothing but bad luck with it. From when I got it to when I got rid of it, and oil leaking, which was a characteristic fault. So I found out after I'd bought it. Now, leaving the auto lamps, there was a couple of others I got. Now this one is in a quartz halogen innards. Looking at it, it's quite well made. It's supported like a clamp that goes around the pinch arrangement. It's obviously spot welded, and it's strengthened it so it stops it from moving. You can see the filament inside. I've never seen this size before. It's small bayonet, made by a company called Opus. 240 volt, 28 watt, which is a funny wattage, 28. I think I've got a couple of those, or did I? Opus. That's the box it came out of. So no, I just got the one. Opus energy saving. Halogen golf ball. It says where it's made. No indication of where it's made. Along with that, I got was that one? Actually, another one of those. Yep, these two. There's the name I've never come across again. Xingming. Does sound a bit Chinese. 25 watt. Box is a bit knocked about. And we can see where that one's made. Made in Republic of China. Funny enough, it looks quite well made. The old characteristic rough service type zigzag filament. And as I say, it looks quite well made. And the other one would be exactly the same, so there's no point in taking that one out of the box. And we finish up or we'll almost finish up. Now this is interesting. This one has got a name on the base, Sunshine, 12 volt, 21 watt. So this would have been bought in Woolworths. It would have been manufactured by one of the well-known makers, possibly Splendor. I believe Splendor made a lot of lamps for Woolworths. I see no reason to think that they didn't make that one, but that was for the Woolworths name. We've got a little torch bulb, as I call these, miniature Edison screw. These range from a few volts, they went up to 612, depending obviously on the filament. I did try to look at it. I'm realising my eyes are not as good as they were. I know I've had an operation. There is something on it. Good England. It's badly corroded, so can't see that one either. And finally, in the auto lamps, you've got this one tiny boxed. Which looks very much like a, there's another tiny MES base bulb with quite a filament, and I can see on the box this would have been 12 volts, so that lamp is on 12 volts with a 2.2 watt output, brand new. Well, was brand new, not anymore, say new in box. And that was the last one of the auto bulbs that turned up today. You just don't know what is going to turn up at a boot sale. As I say, I didn't feel 100% well today. I had that, the hay fever has been really bad. I have to have a constant handkerchief with me all the time. Anyhow, we ended up with another lamp right up to date. This is a LED Mini Sun. I understand the Mini Sun brand is quite a good brand for this style of lamp. Once again, I would imagine it's made in China. It says UK on the box, but I take that with a pinch of salt. Yeah, we're up. Made in China. And I say this is rated at, they say it is 4 watts. Golf ball bulb, power 4 watt, colour temperature 6500 Kelvin, cool white, 20,000 hours life, frosted lens and the dimensions. Anyhow, that was my little effort at collecting the bulbs today. I'm rather glad I went to the boot sale. I've got to put the barrel back in the boxes, but I'll do that when the videos come to an end. Anyhow, thanks again for watching. Sorry I haven't felt very enthusiastic today. As I say, this hay fever is really bad, and I'm sort of suffering a bit from it. So I will say thanks for watching. Any questions, please ask. and I'll try and get back to you. Anyhow, once again, many thanks. I'm going to treat myself to a cup of tea and a couple of paracetamols. Might make me feel a bit better. Anyhow, thanks again. Thank you.